We're minions. For sure.
And last week we were packed. The first week of the Israel Run.
That's not popular.
Only for me.
Sure we are.
You mean if you can have this chair. Jay, oh, that's fancy.
Paul, you're solo tonight? No, Beth, you didn't have to bring Beth. You didn't bring Beth tonight?
No, it's her birthday. She feeds at a restaurant. But I'm meeting her afterwards.
All right, friends, Shabbat Shalom. We're going to go ahead and get started. I want to especially welcome, although I already welcomed them at dinner, the extended family of Ben Fisher, who's becoming bar mitzvah. He'll lead a couple things. We use this prayer book, which you will not see elsewhere. It's only from here, Shirat Avraham, but it's a traditional prayer book. And we encourage you to sing along. There's transliteration for every piece. We're going to begin, unusually, on page 1. Additional soul for Shabbat, Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Avraham, Yedid Nefesh Avraham, Mishochav Decham, El Retzonecha, Mishochav Decham, Yadadadadadad, El Retzonecha. Going to go to page 5. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, barech shemo, basru b'yom v'yom yeshuato, zamru v'goyim kevodo, b'chol ha'amim, nidim v'prav, igalo l'Adonai, u'kulam me'od, Vanoim Adonai Malach Afikon Tevel Baltimo Yanim Amim Vemesharim Vashamayim V'Tagel Haaretz Yerahayam Umelo Yalon Sadai V'Gol Asher Bo Hayayne Azironim Adonai Kiva, King Ima, Lishmon Ta'aretz, Otevel Betzedek, Ve'amim Be'emunato, Nay, Yanay, Nay, to go to page 12. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 13. Page 15, L'Chadodi. We're going to use two different tunes. We're going to do the first two stanzas to one tune, skip the middle, and then the last two stanzas to another. L'Chadodi Bottom 17. Yavinu small, Tibi Rosi, and Adonai Taiti, Adonai Ben Parsi, when he's the love and I love. Rise and face the entrance. Oh, even Shalom, Gamasi, we say to any mourners in our midst, Hamakom, Yerushalayim, may God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We may be seated, page 19. Yizmor shir yom HaShabbat, tov lehodot le'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, lezamer l'shimcha elyon, le'hagid b'boker t'astecha, ve'emunat Continue on our own, 19 and 20. Sadikata Amar Yifra Kareres Balanon Yiskeshechulim Bevei Adonai Behatro Eloheinu Yafrihu Aftikum teorba altimo, nachot kisachad meaz belamata nasunerod Adonai, nasunerod kolam, yisunerod okyam. Mikodot ma'im, ma'im ramim adirim, mishbereya, adir bamarom, Adonai, Einotecha, Nemumeo, Lebeitecha Dama, Kodesh Adonai, Leorech Yamim. Please rise briefly for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. le'olam va'ed. May be seated, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivano ha'rim harabim. Re'yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. V'yom u'v'in layla, mabdil ben yom u'vein layla, Adonai tzahod shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid imlo, aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'arim harabim. Page 25. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'udecha, ve'hayu ha'darim ha'ele, asher anochi metzadecha, hayom alevavecha, v'shinantam lanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha v'yitecha, u'leftcha b'derech, u'shavtecha u'b'necha, u'shartam Yehovah yadecha, ve'ayidutcha b'neinecha, u'tartam al mizuzot beitecha, u'v'yisharecha. Continue sadly, 27 to 29. Page 29. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim lohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, emet, Adonai Elohechem, emet. Page page 32. Malchut Tov Ratzon Chum B'Lehem, Moshe B'nai Yisrael, Chana Shana B'Slivam, Simcha Rabba, V'yamru Chulam. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? But all we ever had was redemption songs. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? But all we ever had was redemption songs. And that is in solidarity with the kidnapped members of the Israeli people kidnapped by Hamas. And I was reminded that that matches up with Mi Chamocha, which is essentially a song of freedom. And the people who are kidnapped really only have songs right now. We're blessed that 2 were released today, and 2 American citizens were released. We hope there will be more. I was reminded of that when Ziggy Marley actually posted today, Bob's son, Am Yisrael Chai, and thinking about those captives. There were another 2 who we learned were not kidnapped, unfortunately were killed. This was a grandmother and a 12-year-old who was autistic, and they found their bodies today. And in this very odd thing, we now have we decided to print a few of the kidnapped victims, a little bit of their stories, and they're on the wall in the social hall. And we just picked a few random ones, plus Hirsch Paulin, who is from this community, and I know his parents, but we picked 2 of the random ones we picked. We only hung 6 posters up, but 2 of them were those 2 people, so we actually have to take them down. But still, their memory is a blessing, and our thoughts are with their families. Still, I thought it was just appropriate to do a little Bob Marley for all those reasons in the middle of this, in the middle of Mi Chamocha. All right, page 33, Hashkiveni. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu Rakeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu Rakeinu l'chaim. rise for Vishamru, page 34. Vishamru, B'nai Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'otam Berit Olam. V'nei B'nai Yisrael, Oti Le'olam, Oti Le'olam, Oti Le'olam. Vishamru, B'nai Yisrael, Et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'otam Berit Olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Vishamru, B'nai Yisrael, et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'otam Berit Olam. Uvayom hashvi'i, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru, B'nai Yisrael, et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'otam Berit Olam. Remain standing for the Chatzi Kaddish, and we invite our Bar Mitzvah Ben Fisher to come on up and lead us in the Chatzi Kaddish.
Gadol, Shemei Rabbah.
Ikadol,
Shemei Rabbah. B'mod Yirav Pirtei V'yom Lishma Pirtei. V'chayeh Yom Echad. U'chayeh Chol Beit Yisrael. B'gala U'bizman Kariv V'yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach. Le'olam Olam Me'amaya Yibarach. Yibarach V'yishtabach V'yipar V'yitruman V'yinaseh. V'yitarar V'yitaleh V'yitalal. Shmei Kedisha B'richu. Le'ela Minchol Berchata V'shirata. Tushbehata V'nehemata. Damiran Be'alma. V'yimeru. Amen.
Yasher Koach. So this silent coffee now only at night. Tomorrow. So at night, only the silent one, pages 37 through 48. short repetition of the Amidah on page 49. Paul, come on up and lead us. Stop at Kadisha. Correct. So Ben, be ready. Kadisha Lem's coming up next. Page 49.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישמור ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ המגן אבות בדברו המחיה מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם כי בם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעמוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעין הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה ליעמדו שני עונג הזכר למעשה בראשית אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בשועתך וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Thank you. All right, Ben, come on up. Kaddish Shalem, page 53.
Shabbat, Bar, Vitraman, Vinase, Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalash, Mekadisha, Layla Miko, Fatavashirata, Tishbakata, Venemat, Hadam, Yarambam, Lavim, Amen. Kabalto, Tehon, Valajafon, Defol, Sahel, Kadam, Abuhon, Vishmayavim, Amen. Yehishman, Rabba, Minjamaya, Kachaim, Alenu, Rafalish, Israel v'yimeru.
Amen.
Aseh shalom v'yimarav v'yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al Yisrael ve'al Yoshvei Tevel v'yimeru.
Amen. Go on. All right, you're ready, Ben.
Well, then we have to call it.
But not quite yet. All right, so I don't give sermons here on Friday nights. Generally speaking, what I usually do is I read letters. I know a lot, the regulars know this, but there's a lot of guests here tonight. I read letters from files, of historical files in the congregation. And I'm doing Israel these few weeks, but not necessarily. Last week it was really about what the Israeli situation was like and the anti-Semitism that was growing in the guise of anti-Zionism and the stuff that you would perhaps expect. This has nothing to do with that, but it's interesting historically. So it's a letter from the executive director of the congregation, Alan Levinson, to Ben Silver, who was a board member. This is from October of 1971. Dear Ben, recently I attended a meeting in San Francisco of temples who were involved in the planning of a trip to Israel for youth of confirmation age. The program was to be coordinated under the direction of Rabbi Brian Lurie from Temple Emmanuel, with a group sponsored by the individual temples themselves. A representative of the Jewish Welfare Federation was in attendance, and I was told that last year the Federation provided scholarship money to a number of students in order to relieve part of the financial burden of the temples. The temples themselves selected those students deserving of aid and matched the grant of the Federation. This was a condition of the Federation scholarship. I'm in the process right now with the encouragement and probable partnership of Maury Henderson and Temple Sinai. I assume that's the executive director of Temple Sinai at the time, of organizing a trip to Israel for 35 to 40 youngsters. Are there now or can there be made available funds in the Federation budget to accommodate such a subvention? Since I don't expect this question to be answered without a little more information about what type of trip is being planned, let me suggest that you either contact Don Kahn of the Federation, Rabbi Brian Lurie, or Rabbi Bernard Dukoff from San Francisco, or myself from the East Bay. I would appreciate it if you could give me an answer as soon as possible so that I can begin making plans soon. Thank you very much. Sincerely, Alan Levinson, Executive Director. So what's happening here is Sinai and Beth Abraham are getting together for a team trip to Israel, and so is the Federation, trying to combine all the synagogues. A year or so later, this became the Bay Area confirmation trip to Israel, which lasted for over 30 years with great success, and then kind of petered out for two reasons. Intifada II was one of the reasons. Second Intifada, where buses were being blown up and the like, and people were afraid to send their kids. And the other reason was that kids were going to get a free trip in college. Birthright Israel came along, and a parent didn't want to pay to have to send their kid in high school, and they were going to send their kid when the kid was going to go for free in college shortly later. So those are the two main drivers behind what killed the Bay Area confirmation trip. It was really powerful in three ways. Number one, obviously connecting these kids to the land of Israel and its people. Secondly, connecting them to each other, and that there were marriages that came out of those trips, and there were friendships that that developed beyond the youth groups and their confirmation classes. They really cemented and bonded at that time. And then the third thing was it helped build Jewish identity in general, and it was almost one of the most important things you could do as a parent, was to send your high school kid to Israel. Ironically, in my own family, I'm sure my mom is watching, I have an older brother and a younger sister. The only one who didn't go on their confirmation trip to Israel, the rabbi. So, go figure. In any case, just interesting stuff, and I wanted to share that with you. Israel is more than just the conflict. All right, we are going to continue now with the Kiddush. Please rise. We're going to invite Jeremy and Francis and Ben and Zach all to come up for the Kiddush. This is not like what you tasted earlier. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riach ha'afen. Baruch Adonai time to life. This time, if you, might be only you all place your hands on your children's heads. Anyone else who might feel comfortable blessing. There's a few more. And we say, Simcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'Menashe, Yisimech Elohim kesar Rivka Rakel Leah, Yorecha Adonai Yishmerecha, Adonai Panav Elecha V'Tinecha, Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha, Yisem Leva Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. Remain standing for Eleno. You can go back toward your seat. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon, l'teiknu l'yotzer Bereshit, Shalom asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishmor ha'adamah, Shalom samchavenu lahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol ha'amanam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishachamim u'modim, Livnei Melech, Malkei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Neshamayim v'Yosef Haaretz, U'Moshe Mikara B'Shamayim Ima'ah, U'Shminatu Zo, U'Shminatu Zo, B'Gomei Meromi, Hu Eloheinu Eino, Emet Malkeinu Efesulato, Kakatu B'Torato, B'Natayom, B'Amashroto, El Levavecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'Shamayim Ima'ah, V'Yal Haaretz, V'Yal Haaretz, Nitzacha. Kakatu b'Torah Na'im Loch Le'olam Va'ed B'nei Omar Maya Adonai L'melech Chol Haaretz Vayom Ha'hu Vayom Ha'hu Yeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo U'Shemo U'Shemo. May be seated as we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends as York-Six we observe during the coming week, thinking especially today of Richard Ballant, Annette Barani, Esther Brodke, Harry Cohen, Harry Diamond, Elizabeth Dienstag, Sam Fox, Maurice Freemark, Henry Garfinkel, Jules Gewirtz, Lisbeth Gross, Irene Holzhauer, Marcus Jacob Klein, Michael Kotzen, Herman Bernard Kraft, Jack Lidwack, Rabbi Herbert Morris, Craig Palmer, Monroe Mendel Pizer, May Rosen, Kenneth Rotman, Robert Schechter, Henry Schmulowitz, Joyce Seltzer, Isaac Sevi, who used to lead most of the Friday night services here, Paulette Sevi, May Shane, Ann Gertrude Shapiro, Lauren Siegel, Rosebud Silver, Yeshua Sinai, Herman Spritzer, Mildred Stone, Conat Sifrin, Max Turchin, Robert Warwick. We are in the Shloshim, the 30-day mourning period for Arlene Miller, the mother of Peter Miller, and Peter, our thoughts are most definitely with you. I just want to read a few of the many victims of the Israeli tragedy. The Kedem family, parents Tamar and Yonatan and their twin daughters Shachar and Arbel, 6, and son Omer, 4. They died in their safe room when they were murdered by terrorists there at the Nir Oz kibbutz. Lior Asulin, a former Israeli football player on the national team, was among those killed at the Supernova Music Festival, according to his former club Hapoel Tel Aviv. He had just turned 43 and was celebrating his birthday at the festival. Also, Osher Vaknin, one of the Supernova's festival organizers, and his twin brother, Michael, is still missing. the memories of all of them with us. We ask all those who are in mourning or observing Yortzeit, as well as anyone else who would choose to do so, to rise for the mourners' Kaddish at this time. It's on page 61. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shem Rabbah, V'alma divrach erutei, v'amlech malchutei, v'chayechon, v'yomechon, v'chayechol beit Yisrael, v'agalah, v'zman kariv, v'imru, Yehei Shmei, Rabbah Mevorach, Le'olam Olamei Maya, Yitbarach, V'yishabach, V'yiparar, V'yiromam, V'yinaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shem, V'yishar, V'yilu, Le'olam Yikol, V'yachata, V'yishirata, V'yishachata, V'yachata, V'yiram, V'yomam, V'yilu, Amen. Yehei Shalom, Rabbah, V'yishamaya, V'chayim, Alein, V'yakol Yisrael, V'yilu, Amen. V'osei Shalom, V'yiromam, V'yaseh Shalom, Alein, V'yakol Yisrael, V'yilu, Amen. In memory of the people you come to say Kaddish will be a blessing to you always. And let us say Amen. All right, some announcements. Well, tomorrow services begin at 9:30. Ben Fisher becomes bar mitzvah. We'll be giving the drash, leading Musaf, leading the Torah service, reading, chanting Torah, chanting Haftorah. A lot of great stuff. Looking forward to it. No pressure. Well, except if you mess up one, you've got all kinds of opportunities, right, to do. It's going to be fabulous. And there's adult education via Zoom with Nitzia Shaked. Continues on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on Zoom. Monday, women's study group for Rosh Chodesh, 7:30 p.m. Contact Lynn Langfeld for details. And I mean, that's good enough for now. Minyan every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Well, I guess let's ask Francis and Jeremy. You want to just give it, you don't have to introduce every single person, but you want to tell us like where everyone's from, kind of? Are there, who came from far away?
Oh boy. We have some extraordinary representation here from coast to coast. A family who have come in from the Boston area, Francis's brother and family, and my aunt and uncle, and first cousins of my mom, so my second cousins once removed, and third cousins, except we're not allowed to choose the word removed, so they're just extended cousins, and then friends and dear friends from our early lives in Boston and Cambridge, and additional family from all components in our walks of life, and so we are so grateful that you're able to join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And brother.
You're a regular. You don't get introduced, you know. So we're going to just, as we're Israel and Jerusalem particularly is on my mind, we're going to sing Yerushalayim Shel Zahav as a closing song tonight. Can I get a few people to help pass out? Of course, the teacher volunteers immediately. And you're going to find it on page 31. It's really the last page. Oh, there's a few more, but you can also share. So this is not the, this is an English version with the chorus in Hebrew. It's not a translation of exactly of the Hebrew words, but it's one that kind of made its way into the Jewish music scene. But the chorus is in Hebrew. 31. The olive trees that stand in silence upon the hills of time, to hear the voices of the city as bells of evening chime, the shofar sounding from the temple to call the world to prayer. The shepherd pauses in the valley and peace is everywhere. Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, V'Shel Nechoshet V'Shel Or, golden sun that lights the future for people everywhere. How many songs, how many stories the stony hills recall. Around her heart my city carries a lonely ancient wall. Yerushalayim shel Zahav, shel Nefoshet v'shel Adon Nefot Shiraim Ani Kinor. Yerushalayim shel Zahav, shel Nefoshet v'shel Adon Nefot Shiraim Ani Kinor. Far away beyond the desert, 1,000 suns will glow. We shall be going to the Jordan by way of Jericho. My simple voice cannot acclaim thee, too weak the words I choose. Jerusalem, if I forget thee, may my right hand its cunning lose. Yerushalayim shel Zahav,